Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel. If you are new to my channel, my name is Sierra. It is spelled correctly. I did not make up that spelling. My mom made it up. I just had to clarify that real quick. But if you're coming back from my previous videos, thank you for coming back and watching me. But today I want to talk about these things, my hair, my babies on top of my head. I know that when I first started locks, I went straight to YouTube, Google, and researched what I need to do, how this started, if I need to go to somebody with products to use, how long it'll take my hair. I researched everything, and I felt like YouTube was the best source for me, just because I got a lot of the information just from YouTube alone. So I was like, hey, maybe I can help somebody, you know what I mean? So I'm just going to pretty much talk about my lock journey. It's going to be all over the place. I have nothing written down, so it's going to be all over the place, okay? But before we get into the video, if you can just subscribe below, hit that button so you'll know when I get more videos, when I make more videos. But let's get into the topic of locks. So my journey started about almost 4 years ago. It'll be 4 years actually in January. What made me start my locks more so was I went natural my senior year in high school. Like, I had a fro, y'all. Like, I had a fro. And into college, into my sophomore year, I've been struggling with, hey, should I start my locks? Should I not start my locks? I kind of didn't really know what I wanted to do with my hair at that point. But I did know that locks were one of the things that were on my list of possibilities. So at the time, I was with my ex-boyfriend. He kind of was just like, hey, you should just do it. So I went, sorry about this, I'm like distracting everybody. So I went to the store. I went to, a beauty store. I got the locking gel. I didn't personally use beeswax, and I'll let you know why I didn't use beeswax later on in the video. But I got a locking gel, comb, and I did get clips because I thought I would need them. Definitely don't need them when you start out. And I went to my dorm room and pretty much just started parting my hair and doing 2-strand twists. I know a lot of people, you'll see a lot of things online that say don't start with 2-strand twists because you can still see the strands as your hair grows out. But personally, you can't. I feel like it just depends on your hair texture, and that should be your reason. I don't know. What are the pros and cons of starting with 2-strand twists and starting with coils? Personally, I could not do coils by myself, and I was a broke college student. I wasn't going to somebody to pay $80, once a month. Like, I didn't have that. So 2-strand twists is where I went. I would show you guys a picture of myself, but I have no pictures of myself before my hair locked. When I first started my locks, I would pretty much wear head wraps every year. Now, I started in January, and in my mind I was like, hey, I'll be all locked up, come the summertime. No, your girl was not. My hair was literally still coming out by the summertime. Just for reference, I don't know what type of hair type I have, but it is very soft. Not so much fine, but very, very, very soft, where of course the locks lock way faster if you have a coarser hair texture. It doesn't really have anything to do with how fine your hair is or how thick your hair is. It's just the coarseness. I don't know if that's thickness, but I don't know if that's thickness though. Maybe it is. It may be thickness. But my hair pretty much did not lock come the summertime, so I was wearing hair wraps in the summertime. So your girl's head was hot. I was sweating, and I would still do my makeup, and it would just be like, girl, you gotta get it together. But I don't know. But pretty much for my first year, I would wash my hair. I did not start retwisting my hair until probably I started in January. I didn't start retwisting my hair until September, just because when I tried to retwist my hair, let's say in March, April, there was no point because the strands at the end of my head, they were still not locking. So it definitely takes a lot of commitment. It's going to take some people way longer than others. It took my hair a year to fully lock, where I was comfortable enough to you know, ditch the head wrap and actually start twisting my hair, it takes a long time. And I feel like the most important thing that you really have to know is that your journey isn't going to be the same as anybody else's at all. That being said, I'll swoop back to the beeswax. Now, I didn't particularly use beeswax on my hair just because of the fact that I know that my hair easily catches dirt. If your hair is not one that easily catches dirt, then you can use beeswax, because beeswax itself it's wax. So, you know, any type of dirt that comes through your hair or dust, anything, it's going to catch on to it. I knew my hair, and I'm like, nah, my hair going to be looking gray for no apparent reason. My hair is brown. I wasn't going through that. I was already going through enough changes, was not going through that. So as far as moisturizing, I did start off with tea tree oil. I feel like that was my holy grail, just because of the fact I would switch between tea tree oil and coconut oil when I was just natural with a fro. And then I stopped using them both just because as my hair started locking, as it started getting longer, it's producing its own type of oils, whatever you want to call it, it just stopped responding to coconut oil and tea tree oil. I still use tea tree oil every now and again, but it really stopped responding to coconut oil altogether. So I ditched coconut oil. I moved to Moroccan oil, which I feel like till to this day I will use it, but again, it kind of just sucks up all of my hair, all of my head. My head sucks up all of the Moroccan oil. So I switched from Moroccan oil and argan oil depending on what I could find, which was cheaper. That was important. But now I use lavender oil. I heard a lot about lavender oil. I looked up different oils, and particularly why I got lavender oil in the first place was because I started my boyfriend now. I started his locks back last year. Was it last year? I think I started his locks last year. I don't know. I started his locks either this year or last year. And he has very, very flaky hair. You know, his hair just sucks up oil. And I'm like, well, how can I help, you know, his hair? And also, you know, obviously I need something that's still going to work for my hair too, because I'm not buying two oils. And lavender oil came up to help with dandruff and all that goodness. So I've been through 2 bottles of lavender oil, and it's very, very thick consistency, kind of like molasses, so thick. And so you only need like probably this, well, I use a little bit more just because my hair is a little bit longer, but depending on your hair length, you can use like a dime to like a quarter size, and that just run your hands through all around. That's literally enough. So I use lavender oil now to this day. As far as my like routine, I wash my hair pretty much once a month, I'll be honest with you. As my hair did start getting longer and it started aging, I needed to wash it less just because, I don't know, it's weird. I don't know what's the mechanism of how your hair works, but I did not need to wash my hair as often as I did when I first started out. So I do wash my hair once, and when I wash my hair, I do lock my hair. Sometimes, I'll be honest with you, I can go, oh, I thought that was Keisha Cole. Woo! I can honestly go like 3 months without like doing my hair or washing my hair. That sounds a little gross, but it's honestly not, just because of the fact I'm not using greases, I'm using oils, so kind of different smell, a different consistency, doesn't really stay on top of my scalp like a grease will. It kind of just seeps in and goes away. So I don't really need to. If I go 2-3 months without a retwist, I usually wash it when I can smell it. Like, it stinks. Like, one time my boyfriend was really like, your hair stinks, and I was like, word, all right. let me go hop in the shower. You know what I mean? So that's particularly when I wash my hair. When you start out, you're still not really supposed to wash you're supposed to wash your hair, but not really wash your hair. So it's supposed to really not be like, but more like, you know what I mean? So that you don't break up your locks, because when you first start out, it's so easily for either a coil or 2-strand to just be undone. Like, girl, I had to like redo my 2-strand so many times just because I would just mess up just from washing my hair. Since I've had my locks, I dye my hair for the first time, because I read somewhere that if you dyed your hair will lock faster just because it'll be dry. And I was like, oh my god, I want my hair to lock faster. So then I dyed my hair. It didn't do anything, in all honesty, but I did dye my hair then. And then I dyed my hair 2 years ago for my college graduation. So personally, it's easy to dye your hair. Again, you'll read like, don't dye your hair by yourself, you don't know what you're doing. It's really not that hard. The only thing I would suggest is to not squeeze it in. I don't know if they do that, they squeeze it in when you go to like a salon. I don't really know, but personally I know what worked for me was to not squeeze it in, just because I didn't know if I would get all of the dye out. That was my biggest worry when I was doing my when I was dyeing my hair, was just, am I going to get all the dye out? All right, I probably won't if I squeeze it in. So I'm just going to, you know, go on the surface and maybe leave it on just a minute longer, not that much. And my hair color isn't blonde. Many people think my hair color is blonde. It's not blonde. It's actually a bronze and copper. It's light bronze, light brown. I think it's like a medium bronze and copper mixture. Yeah, I wanted to get as close to blonde as possible, but not blonde, just because of the fact that, well, I didn't want my things to just fall out. My hair does change colors in the summertime. So, oh, my ear itches. So whenever the sun hits my hair for long periods of time, especially if it's like a hot summer, which this past summer it was hot for us here, my hair changes color. So eventually my tips actually did start to become blonde and just stayed blonde. So I'm lucky enough for that, but personally I don't dye my hair blonde just because of that. Like, blonde, these are my babies. Some of my recommendations would definitely be, of course, always, it's going to be a long journey. Like, it's a commitment. So like, if you're really not about locks and if you're really not about the longevity of having your locks, then just don't do it. Don't put yourself through that. Like, I don't get people who like get locks and then cut them off in 5 years. Like, what was the point? You might as well just been natural. Like, what was the point of all of that? But you know, people do it. Some people do it for like a fad. Wale, a lot of men do it because of Wale. Like, that makes no damn sense. Like, Wale has his own personal stylist. Like, your hair may look like that, but like, I feel like he gets his hair done like every 3 weeks. Like, come on, let's not do this. But anywho, definitely just stay committed. It's going to be a long, tough journey. You're going to like hate your hair at times. Like, literally, you're going to hate your hair. Like, what are you doing? I just get so frustrated with my hair. So keep pushing at it. Definitely learn your hair. I feel like during my like locking journey, I definitely learned a lot about my hair, about what I wanted, what I didn't want, those different type of things. You pay attention to that, because I think that's really going to help you, especially if you're doing it on your own. You'll see, again, like if you're reading up on it, a lot of people saying don't start it on your own because you don't know what you're doing. Well, you know what, I started on my own and none of my locks have fallen out at all. Knock on wood, none of my locks have fallen out, just because of the fact that I paid attention to what my hair was telling me. When my hair was crying out for help, I was like, girl, we gonna find you something. And when it was like, girl, you're putting too much of something in, you're doing too much, pull back a little bit. So just listen to your hair, listen to what it's telling you. Your hair will tell you. But yeah, I think that's all that I have, in all honesty. If you guys want any other tips, I know it's all over the place. That video was so all over the place, I'll be honest with you. You want any other tips or have any other questions for me about my locks, just leave a comment. Honestly, if you do have a comment or any other question or anything at all, any tips, for real, because I'm getting on almost 4 years, did I say? Yeah, almost 4 years in, so pretty soon I'm about to hit that stage where I don't know what to do with my hair. Let me know. You know, I want an open discussion about locks, because I feel like there is open discussion about it, but not really. And then like sometimes the tips that they give you are just like, it just scares you to just start off on your own. You can start off on your own. It just really takes, I think, a little bit more time, a little bit more commitment. And if you don't plan on committing to your hair and you want to start off on your own, then I don't recommend it, because it does take time, it takes commitment. You want your locks to be just as beautiful as if you would go to a loctician. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you guys want more videos about locks. I don't style my hair, so don't ask me about that. Your girl does not style her hair at all. The most I do is some curls, and even then, the last time I did that was like last year. So yeah, let me know. And again, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And if you liked the video, like it. If you didn't, then I don't know what to tell you, because the title said it all. I don't know what you were expecting. I'ma pray for you. I'ma pray for you. No, but thank you for listening, and until next time. Ooh, that was weird. That was like a spirit fingers there.